Greetings, I'm Barrett and welcome to Meet Me at the Table. Today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Skyrim. We're in Chapter 1, Mission 2. We're about halfway through, I think. I actually don't know because I've never played through this chapter, but I want to let everybody know that this video was recorded back to back with the last video, so if there are any errors that I made in the first video, they're not going to be corrected here. So we're going to continue on moving towards the end of this mission. We have our quest here that we have to scuffle and punches. We got to get to Windhelm. Now, Windhelm is over in this area right here. And remember, it is being controlled by this faction, which are the Ulfric militia. And this is slowly going to move over into this direction. But for now, it is still in Eastmarch. So if I wanted to go after this quest, I'm going to have to pay 5 gold in order to access the hold in this region. On top of that, it's a double whammy over here. Remember, I also have a nice horse thanks to a person that stole it. And I also need to pay $5 when I enter Eastmarch unless I want to just take on number 347, which I'm sure is going to be a bad idea. And I could turn in 10 in order to remove this bounty completely. So I can make him turn the other way for 5, or I could pay 10 to get rid of it completely. So in essence, I need to somehow come up with 15 gold to get into that region, or I need this token to move. Now, if you're excited to see if I can actually get up there and complete my quest, then I need you to meet me at the table. Before we move forward, I just want to do a quick reminder of our character here. He does have some awesome looking stats. We have that bounty we talked about earlier. We have 3 things up here in our trinkets area. We have 2 rings and a potion. We have some great equipment that really make me tanky, which is pretty cool. We do have an ally, which we just got, which is pretty sweet. And we also have a couple quests over here. This is our main quest, and that is our personal quest. And I had somebody ask me, how do you know what a personal quest versus a world quest versus all the other quests in the game are? And how do you know which one is which? Well, that was a great question, and I thought I'd quickly just explain it here. When you get a normal personal quest, they usually come from either the Wilderness deck or the Stronghold decks, or they could, of course, come from something else that is happening in the game. They're any kind of the quests that kind of pop up for you. Our main quest, of course, is from the storybook or the actual missions. That's right there. And the world quests usually come from event cards that are drawn from the event deck. Now, that, of course, is the normal way you're going to find these. Is that the only way? Of course not. There might be other things that happen in the game that are going to reveal quests. And remember, you can only have 2 personal quests, and you always have this main quest that you go on. Since we don't really have the money to come into this area, let's try to get some. And I think the best way to do that would be potentially either to do some of the events that are out here, or I could take on a dungeon. And I think we're going to go into a dungeon. Here is our list of dungeon and the difficulty that they are. I'm going to try one of these. Let's see if we can get into this dungeon here. And there is one right here. I'm just going to move right down to there for only 1 movement, or maybe there's one closer to this place. No, it doesn't look like it. But I do want to make sure I'm 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away, so when this token does move, or I get enough gold, I can make it there in 1 shot. So this is where we're going to move for our turn, and then for our action, we're going to explore that dungeon. According to our card, we're going to be drawing 2 different things. One of them is going to be this. It is a Flame Antok. Antranok. All right, sounds good. We'll take this guy on. I have no problem. I think we can take this guy down. He's going to be our first person. He's going to be located in the first room. And if you notice, none of these are connected, so we aren't going to be able to reset our stamina moving into the next one. And the second card we have is one of these. It's a Dwarven Spider Worker. We're going to take him out as well. It'll be super good. I want you to bear in mind that these are all level 0s. Oh, I know we're more powerful than this, but you don't remove the monsters from the dungeon decks until you're able to defeat them. Then you're going to be putting more dangerous monsters out in front of you to have to take on. So we're going to destroy these 2 monsters. Well, I should say, I hope we destroy these 2 monsters, and we're going to gain some experience and gold, I hope. The first thing we're going to do is try to sneak and do some damage. Remember, we have a follower who has joined us as well in this fight. And the follower doesn't have anything to do with the sneak ability here or the attack that's going to come from sneak, unless, of course, it states it on his card. So this is just going to be a straight roll of 3 dice. We did not get the sneak. Totally fine. I'm not built for that, and that's okay. This person does have 5 defense, but it's all towards magic, which means it's too bad for this guy. He's about to get rocked. So we'll roll his enemy die and see what he does. He got a fireball, which is going to hit everybody. See how it shows this symbol here? That means it's going to attack everybody for 1 magic damage. Interestingly, it has an ambush effect. So I am going to get ambushed and fireballed first, and then I'm going to get hit with this thing, which is awesome. So I'm going to take 2 magic damage, which isn't the end of the world. The interesting thing about this, though, is if I decided to dodge or block this type of attack, it would still, if I were successfully able to dodge or block, it's still going to affect everybody else in this combat, and they can't do anything about it unless, of course, they have something that's going to help them in that regard. So we start the combat by taking 2, 1 from the fireball from the sneak and ambush, and then 1 from his actual attack. The next person to activate is going to be our ally. So we'll roll his die and see what he does. Hopefully he does something. He got a lightning bolt. He can do anything. Way to go, man. Thanks. Thanks for stepping up. We're going to roll our dice now. I get to use 4 dice because I do have my one-handed ability that I have. And I've got my sword here. So we're going to see if we can damage him. It doesn't really matter which one I do. They both do 2 attacks. But this, in theory, is an easier number to get. So we're going to lower our stamina by 1. And then we're going to make an attack with our swing. Let's swing at this guy. We got him. I'm glad we didn't do anything but swing because we got a lot of hits on that. So we're going to do 2 damage to this enemy. So we'll track that with our cube here. 1, 2. It's down to 3 damage. It is his turn to attack, or I can take 1 damage automatically due to my battle cry. It says as a condition, I can, or battle cry in combat, lose 1 health to use an offensive action without being attacked. I think I'm going to do that, so I'm going to lose another health, which is totally fine. Then I'm going to use another stamina. Then I'm going to attack with my weapon. But of course, our ally gets to strike first. Oh, he got a swords. Let's see what the swords are. It's got to be something. Mead. So this is going to affect me. I'm going to gain back 2 stamina. And at the time when I used that, I only had 1. So it's not the end of the world. So I do get back to full stamina. I'm going to use 1 of my stamina to try to hit him again. I'm going to use 4 to try to hit him with my light weapon again. I did get the symbol for the light weapon. That's going to do 2 more. And then at this point, I'm going to battle cry again. I don't see why not, because there's really this poor thing. And then my ally is going to try to do something. Our ally got a fireball. That's not on his sheet at all. And I'm going to swing at this guy and kill him. Yes, I did. Boom. Now remember, this is a level 0, so that's why these combats are pretty easy. And this one will now be removed from the game. I will never see this guy again unless I restart the game. So for our rewards, we're going to gain 1 experience point, bringing our experience point total up to 6. And then we're going to be able to choose one of these things. I can either get a soul shard or I can get a bronze level equipment card. And I'm going to take a bronze level equipment card for sure. Let's see what we found. We have found stone flesh, which is a spell, which means that's probably, now of course, if I wanted to use this, I would have to equip it. I would have to equip this into my hand slot. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to put it in our backpack, which means we're probably going to sell that really quick. And he is super dead. So I'm going to remove all this stuff from here and get our other ally, or other enemy, I'm sorry, which is this person. Now, moving between rooms, I don't get to heal my health, which now I just realize is probably a really bad thing. But lucky for us, this guy really only has a few hits here. I'm going to probably be able to take him out in 2 hits. Hopefully he doesn't do anything bad to me. He does have an ambush ability, which means he's going to do 3 magic damage, which is going to be terrible. So we have to ambush, sneak this guy. Let's see if we're able to get that sneak on there. We did not get the sneak. So we're going to take the ambush of 3 health. Now that's really bad because I'm going to go on to my final blow there. And at this point, if I take any more damage, I'm going to be dead. Maybe it wasn't a good idea to be using these roars. I do get to heal my stamina back, though, at the end of that battle. Lucky for us, he only is going to activate on 2 of the different rolls here. On the lightning bolt and the, okay, good, he did not activate. Now, I can't use my battle roar anymore because I don't have anything for it. I do get to use this guy, though. Maybe this guy can take him out a little bit here. He got, oh, thank you. This guy's amazing. It's the best ally ever. I'm going to swing at him with my sword, being able to do my 1 hit. That's all I need is 1 success to do the swing, and I'm going to hit, I have to hit the light armor first because I am swinging with a light attack with my sword. And it does 2 minus 1 is 1 damage, and no matter what the strength of the defense on that particular attack is, I always get to do 1 damage. That's the end of that attack. Let's see what he does now. Hopefully nothing. Oh no, he's got a magic coming in here. So we're going to have to block that. We're going to have to figure out how I have to use my shield to block this, because if I don't, I'm in big trouble. So we're going to use this to block. I'm going to pay 1 stamina, and I'm going to see if I'm able to block this. We're going to roll our dice. I get an extra die because I have the block stat, and I was able to block that, so I don't take any damage, but my ally still gets to do something. Hopefully he does. Nope. He doesn't do anything at all. That's awesome. Now, I can't just sit here and keep on blocking, because if I run out of stamina, I'm going to have to take a health hit in order to attack this guy. Let's see what he does next. Hopefully nothing again. Oh my gosh, he's really going to do it again. We're going to have to block that attack. So I'm going to pay 1 stamina. We only have 4 stamina left, and hopefully we can block this one. We were able to block it. We have it right here. So we blocked that. Oh my gosh, that's absolutely out of control. I really got to get this guy. My ally gets to do something. My ally got a skull, so hopefully that's something on his card. If we take a look, the skull is a punch. It does 1 heavy damage. We'll put his cube down 1. And at this point, if he rolls another skull, that's going to be ridiculous. Okay, good. He didn't roll anything. We're going to rock this guy. I'm going to use my swing, which is right here, and we're going to do our damage and kill this guy. Oh my gosh, that was way closer than it should have been. Okay, mental note. Don't ever go and just start battle crying through your first enemy, because I totally forgot about the second enemy. We're going to get 2 experience points, and then I can choose one of these resources. And right now, we're really needing gold, so I'm just going to take the 1 gold and the 2 experience. So we'll put our 2 experience here. We now have 3, 6, 7, 8, and I need 2 more to get to level 10. And we have 5, 6, 7 gold. Now, of course, remember, we had a whole bunch of gold in our last episode, but sadly, I didn't do what I should have done, and I saved some of it to try to get into that next place. But that's okay. We're going to place all of our stuff back over here, and because we were able to defeat this, I get to gain a treasure. And the treasure is equal to the most powerful enemy we fought. We fought zeros, so that means we're just going to get a bronze level treasure here as opposed to anything else. Hopefully it's something else I can sell for a lot of money. Courage, why not? We're going to sell. I got to get to a town now and sell all this stuff because I got all this stuff in my backpack. Look at that, 4 things in my backpack. It's $7, 7, 10, $12. Oh, that's what I need. 12 plus, oh yeah, that'll be enough. 17, 18, 19. Yeah, we're totally good. We got to get somewhere now. Like I said, these are now removed from the game. I'll put them back in the box. We're not going to ever be able to see those enemies again unless we restart the game. And with that, I am going to move my I'll move the starting player token over to myself and draw an event card because it is on my character now. We have found ourselves the rise of the vampires. Skyrim is under siege. Place 2 vampire tokens on wilderness spaces on the game board. Move every vampire token on the board 1 space toward the closest stronghold. If vampire token reaches the stronghold, it degrades it, and remove this token. Remove the token. Okay, and I have to take 2 threat. And look, the thing is going to move, which is going to be super, super good. The first thing we'll do is we'll move this to Winterhold. According to our card, it's going to be going to Winterhold and then move over towards the Reach. We're going to follow the pattern that is on the card. Next, we're going to take our 2 vampires, throw them up in the air, and place them over here. Well, actually, I was supposed to flip them. I guess I should do that. So we're going to flip this one and put it here. Oh, I can't put it there because it'll go right to there. I'm going to put it, oh my gosh, where did I put it? I'll put it right here. Maybe I can get down there and take out that vampire. The other one, I think I'm going to put over here because it's pretty far away from everything else. Let's see which one it is. All right, throw this one over here. Rolled over there. It goes right here. And it does say on the card that at this point I do have to move every vampire token on the board 1 space toward the closest stronghold. So if I move it towards the closest stronghold, this is going to move down here because there's a stronghold right here. This is the fastest way to get to that stronghold. So we have to get to this guy before he goes there. Next, there's a stronghold over here that is, wow, there's nothing really close to this at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to go north. From what I can tell here. 1, 2, no, it's going to go this way. It's going to go right over here. It might be off camera. I apologize. There's a little blue space over here. And the reason it's going this way is this is 1, 2, 3 spaces away. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down there, and 1, 2, 3, 4 up to there. So it's going to move this way to try to get to this place. And next, I do have to put out 2 threat, which is, again, super bad, because I can put 1 on my main quest because it can take up to 4, and now there is 3 on it. But this one, I'm going to have to place up here because I don't have any place else to go unless I want to lose one of my quests. And I definitely don't want to do that. I'm going to put it, let's see here, where could be 1? I'm going to put it in Whiterun again because I can get to that pretty quickly. Oh, no, better. I'm going to put it in Windhelm, and that way, when I come in here, I can pay the 5 to be able to get rid of that as I go there to do the quest. Sadly, I do have to stop at a town before I can continue, and this was an instant event, so it's going to go into the discard pile, but I have to stop at a town after I pass this token. We'll move our token over to the other character so that we can move to this. I have to walk right back to Whiterun, and at this point, I need to try to sell some stuff, like pretty much everything I have, so that I can get the money to pay off my debt over here, my status, and be able to get rid of the threat that is over over there in Windhelm. Actually, you know what? I lied. I'm going to put this in Whiterun. That was a really dumb place to put it up there because I knew I was coming back here to sell my gear. I'm going to put it there. And when I walk in, I will pay my 5, leaving me with 2 gold to remove that threat from the city. Now here, I can choose what to do in this stronghold in any order, of course. So the things I could do in here is I can complete a quest, I can explore the stronghold, upgrade or enchant items, sell items, buy items, craft items, or buy a horse. Now, of course, I already have a horse. I'm going to sell almost everything I got here. We're going to sell 5, 10, 11, 12. We're going to sell these items here for 12 gold. And in Whiterun, sorry, I'm not able to get extra bonus money for them. So I just get the 12 bucks, 5, 10, 12 for these particular items. And we'll put that with the rest of our pool, giving ourselves a total of 14 gold. And that'll be great for when we go over there, I can walk into here and pay off that 10 gold problem. After I've done that, I don't think I want to upgrade anything because it all costs way too much money. And I also can't enhance anything because, again, it costs way too much money. I could potentially do one of my rings. I could enchant them because they're +3, but I don't know how powerful these rings are going to stay. Oh, and again, I forgot my lucky ring again. Forgetting my lucky ring. That's okay. We're going to grab a stronghold card. We're going to explore this area and see what's in our stronghold. We have found Yazish Gulpulk, Orcus Chief. I'm looking for brave, strong fighters. My people need you. Show me your strength and you'll be rewarded. So I get to gain any resource I want. I'm going to gain an iron, bringing my iron total up to 4. That way, coming soon, I might be able to upgrade either my shield or my armor. Whoops, that's not the card, this is the card. Then I need to stand your ground. Oh, I don't have heavy armor. If I get 2 of those, I get to gain 2 experience and 2 resources of my choice, and I'll remove this and gain quest card 22, which will be very good, so it can be another place I can put some of this threat. Now, I do not have heavy armor, but it might be something I might want to look into because I seem to want to do heavy armor. And I'm sure I might have to put a subtitle in. I have been forgetting this. I'm supposed to be gaining +1 on my sneak while wearing glass armor. That is my fault, and I should have gotten a +1 sneak roll, but that's okay. I'm going to roll my heavy armor. I need 2 successes. I only got 1. So I can push it with my iron. And I have a lot of iron, though I was hoping to use it to help you out here, which means I'm allowed to roll an extra die. I've got 1 success. Come on. There's my 2nd success. I only needed 2. So at this point, I'm going to gain 2. I'm going to gain 1 iron back, and I'm going to grab another iron as well, bringing my iron total to 5 now, which is going to be super good. Then on top of that, I get 2 experience points, and I get quest card number 22, and I'm going to remove this card from the game. The quest I received is the Home in Need Part 1. It's going to take place in Whiterun, which is exactly where I am, but sadly I can't stay here and take advantage of this. I have to get to the other place to be able to finish off that quest. That is my 2nd personal quest, and I can only ever have 2. I'll have to work on getting rid of one of those before we move into the next round. Then at the end of that, I have to go to the next part of our turn sequence. And we've kind of been skipping over it because we don't really have it here. It says from the starting, I'm going to be able to have, if I have enough, I have to level up. And at this point, I have 3, 6, 9, 10. I have to level up. So we're going to grab our 10 experience points, get rid of it. We're going to move up our health 1 to this area here, just because I need as much health as I can get, because I'm getting rocked. Especially it gives me more chance to use my war cry. Let's see what else I get. Oh, I also get a skill that I can put there. At this point, I'm going to grab my smithing skill, which allows me to help when it comes to making upgrades to my stuff. On top of that, I have an ability here that now with that smithing skill, upgrades cost 1 iron fewer, and I have 5. So I can upgrade, well, either one of these without paying it, but I can actually reduce the cost of those, which is going to be pretty sweet. I might try upgrading this when I get to when it's my next turn. I think it'll be pretty awesome. With that complete, we're going to be moving our token back over to our character, which means we'll have to draw another event. Now, sadly, hopefully I don't have more than 1 of the bad stuff on here with the threat, because I don't have anywhere else to put putting it back on places. 2, Treasure Hunter. This is a world quest. This is perfect. Riches beyond belief are hidden in an ancient chamber. Can you get to them without making the undead menace? I have to put a token in this location in the Pale, and it is 2 threat. I'll place our first threat on the quest we just got, this one about going home or something, and then I'll put the other one on our world quest, because that quest can also hold 2. I do have to put a personal quest marker here on Whiterun because I have that for my home in need, but I'm going to put a generic one out here for this quest that goes right here. This is the Pale, and I'm looking for that particular symbol right here. That's where that quest is. Look, they've got 2 quests right next to me. Oh, I should totally try to get these quests, but if I don't get to this one, I'm going to have to deal with more of this threat, which is absolutely terrible. Oh, I don't know what to do. This game has so many options, not to mention I've got vampires running towards the cities. With all the possible things out here that I could do, I really think taking care of this vampire might be priority 1, because if any of the event cards make this move one more space, it'll go right to the city over here, and I'm going to have to degrade it, which is not going to be good. The other options is to stay here in Whiterun and take on the quest that I have there. Oh man, there's so many awesome things to do in this game. I think the towns are about to suffer. I'm going to go take on the vampire. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can go take on this vampire in that location. So looking at our token here, we're going to be taking on number 376. Our vampire needs a 3 sneak. I get to roll 4 dice because my glass armor is still technically a light armor. I've been missing that, and I apologize. Let's roll this up. Well, it didn't matter. I didn't get a sneak. He does not have an ambush ability, which is really good. So roll his die and see what he did. Unless, of course, I want to use my battle cry if I want to take 1 damage. He does a ton of damage in about every stat. And I could use my battle cry. I think I am. That allows me to lose 1 health and use an offensive action without being attacked. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to roll my die for my hero, or my ally, I mean. My ally got an axe. That has to be something. He looks like a brawler. Let's see what his axe does. His axe is going to do 1 light damage, which isn't the greatest for me because he's got resistance to light. But you're going to do 1 damage from how I understand it. Even the allies are always going to do 1 damage. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the comments below. Then also, when you're watching this video, if there's any errors that happen post-launch, please check out the comment section. I usually have a pinned comment to show you some of the things that may have gone, that I might have missed while I was editing, or even some of the community has shown me as we go forward. I get to do a offensive action because I battle cried or whatever, so we're going to use this, and I'm going to use my heavy attack, which means I need to actually roll 1 of those dice. Let's see if we can do that. Now, I do have to lose 1 stamina in order to make my attack. Let's roll it up. I did get the die I needed, so I'm going to do 2 heavy damage, 1, 2. That's going to get rid of this light. I'm going to choose that one to do. At this point, it is now our enemy's turn, or do I battle cry again? I don't see why I don't. I've got enough. I've got some health, I can do that, and he's got a lot of things he's going to do. So I'm going to take 1 damage to be able to do an offensive action, and our ally's going to attack next. He got a lightning bolt, which isn't going to be able to do anything. I don't see why I can't keep using my special ability, so I'm just going to battle cry again and hit this guy with my swing this time. I got him. He's going to take 2 damage. Well, we'll just battle cry again so that his die becomes null and void. If I'm doing that wrong, please let me know in the comments below, but I believe I can use my special ability anytime during this thing. I don't think there's just a one-time use on it. Our follower got an axe, which means he's going to be able to punch him for 1, and then I'm going to hit him with my swing, which I'll drop my, oh, I missed, which I'm going to drop my stamina down 1, and I'm going to push that, so I'm going to roll another die and see how this goes. I missed that. I'm going to stop right there. It's totally fine because I'm going to battle cry again. I still have 1 more health before I hit my last stand. Let's see what my follower does. He got a fireball. That doesn't help at all. Let's see what we can do with our sword. Oh, I was supposed to be rolling 4. I only rolled 3. That's okay. Boom, this guy's toast. I get 2 experience points. Wow, that was... it just seems a little bit powerful. That battle cry seems out of control when you only have to fight 1 guy. Because I can, no matter what, if I got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 rounds, 5 rounds, this guy's automatically dead. I can just keep battle crying until he dies. There's really nothing telling me that he's ever going to be able to hit me, which is totally fine. And of course, it is a wandering monster. And of course, I have leveled myself up, which probably makes those characters a little bit less powerful out on the board. Having taken out the vampire, I'll place him back in the box. We'll probably see him again sometime, but I do get to put my 3rd token on the Mere Hunter ability here. So that means I have completed this quest, which means I get to also remove the threat from it, which is super good. I sadly don't have any place to put new threat, but what can we do here? I'm going to flip this over. It says, if successful, that was impressive. Now we sit down and exchange tales of hunting. I gain 4 experience points. Wow, that's bonkers. So I'm up to 6 now, I believe. 2 plus 4 is 6. That's, wow, we just pretty much doubled our experience points in one thing there. That's amazing. It says here, after resting and enjoying a moment of respite, Aldelia sets up to leave. Take this and keep up the good work, Hunter. So we're going to gain an A-level treasure. Oh, I like that. That's a bronze, that's a silver treasure here. Let's see what we have from our silver treasure deck. We found an ebony sword, and it's one-handed. Oh my gosh, sorry, Iron Sword. You are gone. Oh my gosh, my guy is going to become invincible. He's going to be ridiculously good. This goes into my backpack there, totally fine. Wow, look at this sword. It's the same things I had on my other sword, but this one does 3 and 5 damage, but it takes 2 stamina to attack with it. So it could be a little bit more risky to keep on going with that one, but that's okay. We're going to remove this or put this card back. This card is all done. We were able to complete our quest. Having defeated the roaming monster, I do get to move 1 space, so we're going to move right to there, and that's going to end my turn. We'll pass our marker over to the other character and take a move action. I'm going to move into here, which now I am in Eastmarch. So when I enter Eastmarch, I can either pay 5 to get through it, or I can pay 10 to remove this, and we are going to pay the $10 to remove that, leaving me with 4 gold. I'm going to pay that 10 and get rid of the status. I'll put it back in the deck at S51. Nope, I lied. I am going to remove this card. Sweet. Then I'll move 1, 2, 3, or continue. I'm going to say 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to Windhelm. And there, of course, I can do multiple things if I want to. I can enchant my items. I can upgrade them with my iron, or I can just do my quest that I have there. Let's take a look. And we are going to upgrade because I'm super excited for this. I'm going to upgrade our shield. That's only going to cost me 4, but because of my smithing skill, along with my Nord ability, it's only going to cost me 3 iron. So we'll put that 3 iron back. And because I have my skill here, I get to draw 2 cards from the deck instead of just 1. So let's see what upgrades we've got for our shields. The first one we have is going to be +2, and the second one is going to be +2, so I don't see why. And this is going to be to my heavy, so now I've got 4 to my heavy. I was really hoping I get something for magic, but I didn't. I could choose if I want to push by spending 1 more, which might get me something for my magic defense if I wanted to, but I think we're okay with the 2 that we have on there. So we're going to keep that just like that, and I'm going to discard this. Enchanting, I think, is where we go when I want to try to get something to help us with magic. So we might want to try to enchant that next time, but I only have 3 soul shards, so I have to try to find another soul shard in order to do that. With me having upgraded my shield to now having 4 heavy defense, which is out of control, we'll put that just like that. There we go. I think that's what this one too. This one's, oh no, look at this. I've been playing this wrong the whole time. I'm sure somebody has noticed this as well. It's going to be 1 heavy damage, +1 to heavy damage. It's not +1 to whatever this would link up with over here. It's +1 heavy. Oh my gosh, I'm an absolute moron. All right, well, that's okay. That's okay. We've been having fun. That's all that matters. It's time to complete our quest in Windhelm. Let's see what it says here. It says, Candlehearth Hall is almost empty. Some Nords are drinking heavily at the bar, while lonely Drunmer is silently eating at her corner table. I see Carnelian, the hunter, sitting away from prying eyes. I'm about to approach him when the Nords start harassing the Dummar. I'm afraid if I don't intervene, someone will get hurt. Well, I'm a Nord. I'll just let it go, I think, right? Well, I got a clear 371. Let's see how this goes. These guys look a little tough here. I could still sneak up on them, but look at that. They've got a lot of defense, so this is going to be kind of a fight. Remember, I'm supposed to be level 3 when I do this quest, but I kind of went a little bit early because I was worried about all that threat coming out onto the board. I do get +1 to my sneak stat. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to roll this up, and I only need to get 2 to be able to sneak on these guys. Oh, I got the 2. That's fantastic. So I get to pay 1 stamina to do damage with my weapon of choice. I'm going to use my, I guess, ebony sword here, but my ebony sword can do 5 heavy damage, which is going to be enough to do 5 minus 3 is 2 to that particular attack right there. I like that. We're going to love it. That's fantastic. Now it's going to be their turn to attack. Let's see what they get. They got the skull, which means they're going to do 2 light defense, and I have a total of like 4 light defense to be able to block all that. Of course, that is going to stagger me, making me use one of my stamina points. I'm going to use my ally now and see how he does. He got a fireball. He doesn't have that on his card. It's not a magic user. I'm going to pay 1 more stamina to attack him now with my slash. We're going to use our slash. I need 5. I need 1 of those. I've got 1. And it's, oh, I lied. It's going to cost me 2 stamina to use my slash. That's no good. All right, so we're going to use 2 to pay for that. And I'm going to use 1 more when I use my sneak to pay for that, I think, as well. So we're going to do 5 more damage. It's going to remove this cube, which is awesome. It's going to be their turn. Let's see what they're able to do to me. They're going to do a little fireball maneuver here, which is hack, which is 4 heavy defense. And I have a total of 5 heavy defense to be able to block that. So I am going to lose 1 of my stamina. Now at this point, I have to pay 2 stamina to swing again, so I'm going to have to use 1 of my health in order to continue going. Before I do, let's see what our hero does. He fireball. We're going to roll 4 dice. I need to get that symbol. Let's see how this goes. Oh my gosh, I didn't do it. So I'm going to have to push 1, or do I just take it? I think I'm just going to let that go. I have a better chance of them not really doing anything to me. And we got a lightning bolt. Oh, wow, they didn't do anything to me. I mean, I should have said they were going to probably only do 1 damage to me because of my ability to take all this, be able to block so much. Our dude that we have with us, our Torrigan Shortthorn, got this symbol here, which is mead, which means he's going to give me back 2 stamina, which I'm going to use right now to just go ahead and attack with my slash ability here. So I need to get that triangle number again. I got the triangle right here. That's going to do 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. That they didn't like that. Let's roll up their die. At this point, I'm actually going to battle cry. I don't want to deal with this. Because actually, no, why would I battle cry? All these people can't even do any damage to me. So unless they actually hit, I'm going to just take a damage. They got this. It's going to do 4 heavy. I'm going to take all that damage and soak it up, which means I do get staggered. I have to take 1 stamina. I don't have any stamina, so I'm taking that in health. Then I'm going to pay 2 health to roll for my swing here and try to get them with that. Let's see how we do. I got it. That's 3. They are dead. We were able to succeed. But as you can tell, it was a little bit closer than it sounded as we were going through the battle. I only have 2 health left before I hit my final blow here. So we reset all our stuff. We'll grab our quest and see what we get as a reward here. It says here, the Doomer was very grateful and offers me what he can. I gain 5 gold, 3 experience points, and 1 treasure. Oh boy, treasure, treasure, treasure. I like treasure. Here's 3 experience points. 5 gold, and then I get an A treasure, which is another bronze treasure. Let's see what we get this time. Now, of course, we have this super awesome sword, so I don't know if I'm going to be needing to raise that at all, but let's see what we get from this. It says we got telekinesis. Oh, that sounds like 8 gold that we're going to be able to sell. Okay, I'll put it right down here in my backpack. With that complete, let's check out what the rest of the card says. It says, Carillion the Hunter is looking at me disapprovingly. What do you want? I explained the situation to him. I've never trusted Edwall, the summoner, hiding in the College of Winterhold, while the rest of us face Thalmor. Option 1, the hunter is definitely not worth my trust. I'll investigate him, or the sorcerer is likely suspect. I'll investigate her. Let's go for the sorceress, even though I have a feeling that person's going to blast me into next week. 198 states I have to get to Winterhold, which right now the militia is in. So I'll be moving the token up here, and if I want to go there, I have to pay 5 gold to enter that area, or I can just wait till that thing moves. And with that, I don't think there's anything I really have left to do at the store. Well, maybe I do. I could choose to, you can do these in any order you want, so I think I'm just going to sell this for $8. Why not? I have no need for that. We'll sell that for 8. We are in Windhelm, and Windhelm does give me plus 1 gold for anything I sell there. So I'm going to gain a total of 8 gold, or 9 gold, sorry for that. So we are at a total of, let's see, I'm going to gain 10 and minus 1. We're at 16 gold. Wow, we're rolling in gold again. I love it. At this point, I will pass this over to my character, and he will draw the next event. Let's see what has befallen our heroes. At least we have a place to put some threat now. It says here we have Torch of Madness, Nightmares, active event. When drawing an event card, when drawing an event, draw 2 cards and roll. Apply the effects of both, or choose one to apply. Place the other one on top of the event deck. When this card is discarded, remove this card and place 152 on top of the event deck. Oh my gosh. Oh, but he does move. That's fantastic. And I have to put into threat. So let's grab 2 threat, put them right onto our main quest here, and we get to move that token. So it's going to move over to the Pale, which means now I can't get to here. But I can still go down here and maybe do this quest. 1, 2, 3, for 5. I could move over there, or I could go up and do that one, but that is a level 4 quest, and I technically am not that powerful yet. So at this point, I am going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to Winter Run, and we're going to attempt to do this quest. And there's nothing really I want to do in the city. I mean, I've done quite a bit in the last city I was in, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's see what our quest provides here in Winter Run. It says, Yazish places the floor of the Brannard Mare. She looking for soldiers. My people are being besieged by the guards of the Rift. I need help. She has no money to pay for any mercenaries and begs me for assistance. All right, we have to roll speech. I need 3, and I can push with money. Hopefully we can do this. I do get +1 with my speech, and I have my amulet, which gives me another +1 for speech. And it's my turn. Maybe I'll remember that lucky ring this time. I never remember the lucky ring. Let's roll up my 5 dice. I need 3 successes here. I've got 4, so we were super successful. I don't have to push. Let's see what's going to happen for our quest here. It says, success. I'll help Yashish fund her militia gratefully. She gives me a heirloom. I get 3 experience points and a goal or a treasure here. It says, thank you, kind stranger. We'll conquer back our stronghold. Want to join? I have to grab quest 23. We'll gain our 3 experience points, and we'll get our treasure. We have found ourselves a gold ruby necklace. That's all it is. It doesn't do anything special like our rings and our 2 rings, which is hilarious because it's worth $10. I guess it's because it's a gold necklace. I'll put that in my backpack, and we're going to sell that for $10, that's for sure. I am going to grab our next card. I am going to place a token in the wilderness space in the Rift, and we'll put that right up there. And look, the cool thing about this one is I can put 3 on it before, well, I could put 2 on it, and if I have to put 1 more, then it disappears. We'll move our quest token over to the wilderness space in the Rift. And since I'm still in a stronghold, again, I don't see why I don't just sell this for $10. I've got so much money. I should probably buy another item from the shop. That would be pretty awesome. Our turn is complete. We'll pass this token back over to the other character. I don't need that anymore. I don't know why it's on the board. And we're going to not draw an event card. Sorry, I almost drew an event card. We're going to move. And I think I'm going to go right for it. No, I'm going to leave that because I've got 3 I can put on that. Sadly, I'm going to have to pay $5 to move into this region to be able to take on that quest. But maybe that's not a bad idea. Or I can move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back over to Windhelm and just go for that last quest up there. Oh, it's so tough. What do I do? Not to mention, remember, don't forget, we've got a vampire way over here, which I don't really need to deal with right now, but I could if I wanted to. We've got a lot of money. Let's take on that quest. I am going to pay my $5 to walk into this area and attempt to do this quest. And that quest states that I have to deal with one of those. So I have to clear 3 of these. I'm not actually going to go into this dungeon. I'm going to do what the quest says, so I have to clear 3 of these type of creatures. Hopefully I'm not biting off more than I can chew. Here's the first one. We're going to be taking on a Druger, which, all right, I think I can take that guy on without much problem. Our second one we're going to fight is going to be a restless Druger. Oh my gosh, this guy's not going to be too tough either. All right, we're getting pretty lucky so far. Now, of course, notice these are 0s and 1s, and they're going to start being removed from the game as we go forward. And our final one is going to be this guy, Vampire Mist Walker. Okay, these all might play, and I have to kill all 3 of them, which is going to be kind of rough. And I can be able to heal myself in between. And remember, the sword I'm using takes 2 stamina to use. But good news, before we do that, I forgot I have to level up at the end of that turn. So I do have to spend all of my experience points to level up here. So we're going to remove all my experience points, and I have to level up. And we're going to level up my stamina because that seems to be the choice attribute to be leveling up here. Level that up here. There we go, just like that. And I get to pick another skill. As my skill, I'm going to take lockpicking. We're going to grab this. In case I ever come with a trap in there, I can usually take on a lot of the combats without much problem, because I've got a lot of defense here and a pretty good weapon. So I think I'm more worried about some of the traps we might be finding in some of the dungeons. So we're going to grab lockpicking just for the heck of it. Our first person we have to take down is this Duergar here. And he's only got heavy defense here, and he's got a sneak deck of 2. So let's see if we can get him. Remember, I'm still using a light armor, which is kind of funny, even though it's so powerful. I get to roll. I need 2 successes here. I got the 2 successes, so I get to do an attack action. I'm going to use this weapon and do that. So it's going to cost me 2 stamina to do 1, 2, 3. This guy just super died. And we're going to claim our rewards at the end if we do complete all of these people. But that did cost me 2 stamina, which I am going to get back moving into the next fight from how I understand this. I don't believe that these are all interconnected in one spot. So I get my stamina, but not getting my health back. That's the deal. We'll move into our next person. Again, I have a sneak of 2. We'll see if we can take this guy out. I got 2. That's awesome. I'm going to hit him with a heavy attack for 2 stamina. According to my sword here, it's going to do 5 damage. -3 means, oh, actually, maybe I should just do my light attack. I'm going to do my light attack and remove that token completely, meaning he's still got 3 heavy defense, which is totally fine. At this point, he's going to attack me. Let's see how that goes. He got a lightning bolt. Nothing. Let's see how our ally does. Our ally keeps rolling fireballs. That doesn't help at all. At this point, I'm going to pay my 2 stamina again, and we're going to attack with our light attack here for our swing. And oh wow, we didn't get it. All right, that's fine. I'm going to let that go. I'm not going to push, mainly well, why not? I'm going to push 1. I'll push 1, that'll be fine. And we just need to roll a hit. There we go. All right, I got a 3. 1, 2, 3, since this is not light defense. 1, 2, 3, he is also dead. We'll claim our rewards again, like I said, at the end of these 3 battles. The last one I have is this person here. This person has magic and light defense. So we'll put our light defense token there and magic defense right here. I have my sword still, but first I have to do a sneak of 3. Let's see if we're able to sneak up on that little vampire here. We did do it. Look, I got 1, 2, 3. That's fantastic. Then I get all of my stamina back. So I'm going to pay 2 stamina to be able to hit him with, I don't know why I don't hit him with this slash, which is going to do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. This guy's super dead over there. He's going to roll 1 die here. He got a lightning bolt, which is freeze. I'm going to take 3 damage and lose 1 stamina. That's totally fine. 1, 2, 3. I have plenty of everything left. I'm not too worried about it. My hero comes in and gives me back 2 stamina, which then I'm going to swing with. Let's see how that goes. Got it right here. 1. This guy's dead too. I get a lot of stuff here. I get all this stuff. My guy seems pretty much invincible. I wonder if I'm doing this right. So I am going to gain a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 experience points, and I'm going to be able to choose 1 from each of these characters. So the first one, I can gain either 2 soul shards or another item. I can gain 1 iron and 1 iron. So we're going to get 2 iron, which means we'll flip this to 3. And I'm going to gain the 2 soul shards, flipping this to a 3 as well. I don't need any more items. I think we're doing just fine. We got lots of really good stuff here. I don't think they can have much better than this. Now, of course, you have to remember, I also get to gain the rewards from the quest card as well, which is an A treasure here. And we'll grab the top card and see what we have gotten off our A treasure here. We found a gold diamond ring, which can be enhanced. Okay, so the enhanced cost is a lot cheaper than some of the other stuff. But again, I'll throw that into there and move on to the rest of the round. I've removed our world quest and put that into our discard pile. And now I'm going to take all of these and remove these from the game because we have our stamina total is above 2, which means that these are not going to go back into the deck. They're going to be removed from the game. Now, if I ever draw a level 3 from here, then I would actually be working with the decks to try to get them in a different way. Basically, the way it works is whenever you have a discard pile at the end, you take the top card of the deck and shuffle it with the discard pile and put it back on top. So sometimes you might have a more powerful enemy than you probably should be fighting sitting on top of your deck. But we can't do that because there is no discard pile because all the enemies we're fighting are all lower level than what we are. We'll move our token over to our player and go into the next round, which means we are here. It says, when drawing an event, draw 2 and roll a die. So we're going to draw 2 events and we're going to roll a die. Let's just roll the die and see what happens here. Roll it up. We got a thing here. I get to choose 1 to apply. And what happens to the other one? Place the other one on top of the event deck. Okay, so we'll look at both of these and see which one we want to apply. We want to probably apply, what's this, a world quest. Contract on the Cutlass. The sacrament has been performed. A group of cultists must die. The Brotherhood demands it. Ooh, maybe I go help the Brotherhood here. Shuffle 145 on top of 4 of the event deck and draw this card and place. Ooh, that's no good. Let's see what this one says. Displaced families roam Skyrim, beginning with begging the travelers for some charity. Turn in 3 gold to gain an experience points. This is going to be done once per game turn. Oh, I'm totally going to do that one. We're going to put that on there. This one goes back on top. That's totally fine. This goes away. Thank goodness. Goodbye. I'm going to put that there. I have to gain 2 threat, which is absolutely no problem because remember, we have that quest that has 3. We can put these 2 right on top of it. And I have to move that marker again, which is good. Hopefully I don't have to go anywhere into that area, but we'll see. And I think that's it. That's all we have to do. So we'll move this token to this area here. I'm going to pay 3 gold. Why not? I'll go back. I have 21, which means I now have 18 to take advantage of this card to give myself 1 experience point. I can only ever do that once, but that's okay. And at this point, I'm going to move, let's see here. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and since I was going to do that, maybe I should be somewhat smart, and instead of putting the 2 onto this personal quest, I'm going to put 1 onto that one because I'm going to try to complete that quest. So why would I want to put less threat onto this? So we're going to try to complete this quest inside Winterhold, and we'll do that first before we do anything else in the town. Our card states, let's see here. I arrive at the College of Winterhold and ask the Archmage if he can let me into Eldril's sleeping quarters. Certainly, for a price. My sleeping quarters are quite empty, and I'd very much appreciate having some kind of decoration, something of a bust of myself. So at this point, we are going to sculpt a bust of the Archmage, and I'm going to roll smithing. Well, good news. We've got +1 to our smithing. So I get to roll 4 dice, and I need to get 3 successes, and they have to be this symbol right here. We got all 3, which is fantastic. I could have pushed with iron if I wanted to, but we were successful. So it says here, the Archmage breaks down crying. It's beautiful. Thank you. 15 gold. I'm like Scrooge McDuck here. How much money do I actually hold? I can't even put it all in the right spot. And 4 experience points. Wow, my guy's amazing. You enter their quarters. They're right on top of her pillow. I find a note. I'm going to remove this from the game and grab 204. This is 205. No, I have to remove 205 from the game and grab 204. We'll gain 4 experience points, so we're going to flip these both to a 3, I guess. Gaining 4 would give me 3. I've weighed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9. I would have a total of 9. So yeah, 3, 6, 9 experience points. I only need 3 more. I level up again. My guy's amazing. And 15 bucks. That's out of control. It's kind of pouring over here. So we go, look at all this money I got. Wow. At this point, I am going to grab card number 204. It says, the Grandmaster wants to see you in 2 days, the Blades meeting. There's a drawing underneath, the old Blades code. I'll have to interrupt my investigation and head towards the meeting. So flip this card. And it says here, leave this card beside the board, add a token to this card. Every time another player is instructed to draw this card, add a token to this card. When there are as many tokens on this card as there are players, oh, and Ulfric's militia token has to reach the reach. Grab 205 as a quest for all players. All right, I'll put this out here, and it gets put that out there, I guess, and I put 1 token on it, but it doesn't really matter because it's only me playing. So we'll put that token. That's it. That's all we need. I can put 4 threat on there, which is great. Now we just got to get the militia to move. Come on, let's move. I just need to get to the reach. All right, that's fantastic. Now, we are in a town, and I had put this on. You can upgrade and enchant each item 1 time. So I've upgraded the shield. Why don't we enchant the shield too? So I'm going to spend 4, 3, 4. Now I don't have any ability to help enchant, so I'm going to have to pay the 4. And I'm going to grab the top card and see what our enchantment is for our shield. It says fire damage. When facing these type of enemies, gain 1 damage to all your attacks. All right, whatever. It's better than nothing. Better than a sharp stick in the eye here. So we'll put that like that. Our guy has fire damage, and what's this? When facing you, gain +1 damage to all your attacks. All right, sounds good. I also have 1 more, and I can buy shards at the market. And I've got so much money, I'm going to spend 16 bucks. Why not? Or should I maybe buy something? Oh my gosh, I could buy something. I could buy something awesome. Let's see, what does Winterhold got for items to buy? I can buy these items here. Now, I think these are spells, so they're not really going to help me at all, which is too bad. I wish I could buy something else. Like, I was hoping I could buy, like, trinkets or something, but I can't. So we'll just hold there. I think we're... Oh, what I should be doing is probably enchanting these. These are way less to enchant. That's what I should have done. Oh, well. We're okay. We're fine like that. I think I'm going to keep on. Look at all that money I have. Oh, but here in Winterhold, these soul gems are only 4 instead of 5. And it'll cost me 3 or how much here? 3 to enchant these. I think I'm going to enchant one of those. Why not? I'm going to pay 3, 6, 9. I'm going to pay $9 in order to get 3 more of these soul shards. And then I'm going to use those 3 to enchant. I'm going to use it to enchant the Amulet of Articulation. I seem to be using that a lot more than remembering to use my ring. So let's enchant that. I'm going to grab another card, see what we found. We have found this. It says gain 1 maximum. Yay! I get to put that on my ring or my necklace here. So I have +1 and gain maximum +1. That's fantastic. So I do have to move this up 1. There we go, just like that. I don't know why or when I'm ever going to use that. That's okay. Now we're done. I'm going to hold on to the rest of my money. I've got 5, 10, 15, 20, and $24. That's out of control. That's the end of my turn. We're going to pass this over to our other character, and we do have something else we have to do before we move on to our turn. And if you notice here, I forgot to remove this card from the game and place card 152 on top of the event deck. So place 153 on top of the event deck and move on. Now I don't get to draw one because we are using the other character right now, but I forgot to do that when we had that card that we had to remove this from the game. I think I'm going to work on trying to get down to here. So I'll be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the closest I can get. And I don't know if I want to go here though. Let's go to a lighthouse tower. That sounds like a fun little adventure. Let's see what's in there. You know, I lied. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go... I could pay $2 to move here and then down to Riften right down here. That means I'm still close enough to here. And in case I draw the next card that is going to be able to move that token, then I could just spend more money to move all the way across the board. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to head down to Riften and pay $2 to do that. Or should I? Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can just move to here. Oh, that's way better. I'm a smarter man. 1, 2. I'm just going to move to here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, I could get to here. If I move here... it would take me 2 turns to get all the way over to the reach, but it'd be cool because I'll still get an event there. I like events. Events are pretty cool. So we're gonna move right to there, and I don't know what we're really gonna do in the city. So I am going to draw an event and see what happens to us in the city. We have found Olaf Aggressor. Talus is with us. Prove your might, and he will bless you. Okay, I get to gain 1 resource of my choice. I'm going to gain a herb, just in case I have an herb here. We're going to grab another herb, why not? And then we'll see what happens next. I am going to prove your might. I have to use one-handed or two-handed. Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. And we're going to maybe get 2, gain 3 successes, and I get to get a quest. Sweet! Lucky for us, doing the one-handed, we've got that skill. So I get to roll 4 dice, and I got 2 successes right there. That's all I needed, and we're gonna be able to gain 3 experience points, which is awesome. I think that's all I need to go to the next level. Maybe not. I'll have to take a look. And I also get quest 114, and I'm gonna remove this from the game. Our quest is right here. It is Trial by Fire. What does it say here? Olav Argisson's passion grows as he speaks. The cult of Talos cannot be extinguished. We need the people to believe again. There's a tomb where the relic is said to be buried. Find it. So we have to put a token on the rift, and then we got to clear a lot of stuff. All right, that's not the end of the world. We could probably do that. I think that's the end of my turn there. Do I want to sell anything or anything at all? I mean, no, I think we're doing just fine here. Maybe I could sell my iron sword. I'm never going to use this again. I'll get $2 for that. I'm going to keep the ring. You never know. I might want to enchant that. Probably not. I probably should sell the ring for 10. Not what I need all this money for. I'd hate to lose all this money and have an item like that available to be able to sell if I do lose all my money. I don't know how I'd ever lose all my money. But I'm going to sell that for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then remove these 2. And we now have $20 billion here. There we go. I'm going to sell this toodly-doo to that thing. And I think that is all we're going to do for our turn. We do have 12 experience, 3, 6, 9, 10, and 12, so I have to remove the experience points, and we do have to level ourselves up. I'm going to level our health up. I don't really care about my magic. We're going to level that up to the highest point here, or the next highest point. So those are equal right now, my stamina and my health, which is fantastic. And I get another skill. I'm going to grab enchanting. Why not? That way when we enchant our stuff, I think the deal is I pay less. I lied. I don't pay less. I just get to draw 2 cards and choose one, which is probably going to be better because those last 2 cards I drew for enchanting were not that great. So going forward, that might be able to help us out. We'll now pass our token over to the player, which is me, and we're going to draw our event and see what we have. Now, this is an event that was put on top. Let's see what it says here. When drawing what are these wilderness events, roll a white die, draw an event card instead, and then when discarded, place 153 on top of the deck, and I'm going to have to place 2 threat out there. This was already our active event, so we're going to re-discarding that, and I'm going to place 2 on our main quest. That can hold a total of 4. So we'll start there, and now let's take our move and see what happens. Since we need the militia token to be in the reach before we can do our final story quest, I'm going to continue working on trying to get some of these side quests done for my personal gain here. We're going to get down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, down to this place right here. And I did notice when I made a mistake, when I went up here to attack, I paid 5 gold in order to do the quest because this was in the area. I should not have done that, and I'm probably put a subtitle already, because it was only if you go to any of the, in order to access the strongholds, you had to pay the 5 with it in there. So I'm going to give myself 5 gold back. Not that it really matters. I think I've got 132,000 bucks over here. Okay, that might be too much, but 31. I don't know what we do with all that money. But for right now, I just took my 5 bucks back just to remind, and I hope you understand what I meant by all that. Anyway, we're going to do for our action, we are going to perform this quest. We're not going to pull a card, which means that this is not going to play into effect because this is only when drawing a wilderness event. I'm actually going to perform the quest that is part of this particular spot. And it says on our card, the guards of the rift surround the orcish stronghold, stopping any supplies from entering. Yajnish people are starving. I need to break the blockade. So we have to clear number 345. And looking what I have to defeat here, I've got 4 heavy and 2 light in order to take care of this guy. And I don't know about you, but either I'm super strong or I got super lucky on my draws, but I really don't think this guy is even going to touch me. I think there's no way this guy can beat me, but who knows? Let's try it out here. First, we get to try to sneak. I need 2. I get to roll 4 dice. I still have that glass armor. That does give me +1 to my sneak chance here. Let's see if we did not get the sneak. Totally fine. It does not have an ambush ability, so that is not going to play into effect. So we're going to roll a die, see what it gets. It got nothing. We're going to see what my companion's able to do. He's able to give me 2 stamina, which doesn't matter because I already have full stamina. So we're going to tick down our stamina, which we have a ton of it. And I'm going to roll 4 dice on our... Oh, sorry, I have to do 2. I have to use 2 stamina because in order to use my weapon. So we'll tick down 2 stamina. And I'm going to do a light attack, which means it's going to be going by 2, which is going to, yeah, that's fine. We need just 1. We got it. I'm going to do 3 damage, which then is going to knock, -2 is 1. He's taken 1 damage. We'll go to his attack next. He got a lightning bolt. That's not on his card. We'll try our attack. A lightning bolt for our, our companion here. He doesn't have that either. He only has skulls, axes, and swords, which makes sense. He's an attacker guy. We're going to use that slash again, or swing, sorry, and see if we can get him. Well, we got 4. We're going to kill this armor. It is off the board. I have to take 2 more stamina from that. Now we'll go to Hit's turn. He got an axe, which he's going to crush me for 3. Totally fine. I've got an ample enough of defense to cover all that. So I'm only going to take 1 stamina hit from that from being staggered. At this point, I'm going to roll up my companion's die. He got a lightning bolt. Do you think this guy thinks he wishes he was a wizard? But he's not. I'm going to take 2 more stamina to try to do my swing again. And we did hit it. It's going to take 3. 1, 2, 3, because it does not have any armor against that light anymore. We're going to go into our next round. He's going to roll his die. He got a fireball. He didn't do anything. Let's see how our companion did. He's going to give me back 2 stamina, which I am going to use right now to do a swing on him again. And that's enough to take him out. And again, it didn't even touch my health. When the battle was over, this is where I was. If I wouldn't have gotten that stamina from him, I would have been in this position. So like I said, there was really, I don't think, any chance that guy would have got me. I mean, I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty strong. I mean, I wonder if it's because I've gotten some really good draws or not. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Is my guy just super powerful and I went the right way? Or did I get lucky on some of my draws here? Not to mention I had my lucky ring that I keep forgetting to use. But that's okay. We have completed our quest. Let's see what we have won here. We win ourselves 3 experience, 2 iron, and 1 draw from the bronze deck. So again, this isn't really that strong of a reward either for what I'm doing compared to what level I am. So it might just be that I am just that much more powerful than some of these rewards. Time to turn the tables. Revenge will be ours for Malekith. Who's with me? I can either attack Rafton with the orcs or I'll protect Rafton. Oh my gosh. This is where, again, we get in big trouble. Do I want to attack with the orcs? I could. Or I could protect Rafton. I mean, I'm guessing that this is going to cause that one to go into disarray a little bit. But I think I've got the money to bring it back out if I need to. And I think it'll just be fun to ransack a city. Why not? We'll help out the orcs. But I do get all the rewards first. I get my 3 experience points, my 2 iron, which I think we have an iron already. So I'm going to grab another 3-spotter here, and I get a bronze treasure. So we'll grab a B treasure here. It has a B on it. And we have found ourselves apprentice robes that are going to go right into our sell pile. That's fantastic. And now we're going to gain card number 24 because we'll attack Rafton with the orcs. That'll be fantastic. Is it Rafton? It's Riften. Sorry, Riften. My apologies. My apologies. 24. Here is our quest. We are going to put a token on Riften. Time to show the people of Riften how Chief Yazis and her warriors treat their enemies. All right, no, it's a her, but that's okay. We'll put that right over here. I do get to discard the threat that was on this original one right here, and that's going to probably be the end of our turn. We moved and we performed an action on our quest. So I'm going to pass this token over to the other character, and we're going to move into our next turn. Of course, these all take a ton of, threat that they could have on them, and I'm just running through these quests. One thing I forgot to do is place out a quest token on this place right here. This is the one for the Trial by Fire Part 1. I'm supposed to place it on that particular location in the rift. So I could go do that one too, but neither of them have anything on them. So I wonder if I should visit a town and maybe upgrade some of my weapons, or maybe try to buy a new one. We've got the money for it. I mean, I could go to Riften first, not do the quest. I mean, the orcs don't have to know I came to the town. And then next turn, we could maybe do the town. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to move 1, 2 over to Riften and just kind of hang out in the town for a while and kind of scope it out. Our character enters the town of Riften, and here is what our character looks like. He's absolutely a monster. Well, I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. I could enchant my glass armor, which might not be a bad idea. Let's do that. I'm going to sell both of these. These I'm going to sell for 15. On Riften, I do get an extra buck for each thing, according to our board out there. So I'm going to get a total of, 15, 16, 17? Sorry about the glare. 17 for that. And I'm going to turn those right into jewels, or what do you call them? Soul shards. I can get 1 for 5 each. So we get 17, so I'm going to turn those 15 into that, and then I'm going to grab 2 more. And with this 2 more, I'm going to just put them right there. I'm going to spend another 5, and I'm going to grab 1 more soul shard. And that way I can use all 5 of these to go to the enchanting shop. And because we have the enchanting skill, I'm going to be able to draw more of those enchanting cards, which is going to be pretty sweet. So we get to draw 2 cards to enchant our character here. When we're going to do it for our glass armor and see how it goes. I got a, what's this? Fortify stamina, gain 1 max stamina. Oh my gosh, that's so good. And then we've got sneak +1, muffle. I'm going to grab the +1 to my sneak. Now, if I would have done it to my weapons, look at these. I could have got +2 to my light attack, or I could have got +1 magic attack when I attack. I think that's added onto the actual, no, I don't have any magic attack on it, so I don't think I can get any on it. Anyway, I'm going to put this onto my glass armor to give myself +1 maximum stamina. I am just out of control. I'm almost to the top. Almost to the top. I don't see how anybody's going to stop me. I'm going to put this back into the deck, and then we're going to move on to the next part of being in town. We've sold some stuff, and we've also enchanted something. I don't know if there's much else we can do in the town. We can, of course, we're going to draw a stronghold card and see what happens. But if I wanted to, I could craft some items, but I really don't have anything to craft unless there's a helmet or some boots, maybe. Let's check to see if I can craft any helmets or boots. I've got 6 of this iron, which might help us out. Looking through the crafting deck, there is no boots or helmet to be found. So we cannot craft those particular items. So that pretty much brings us to the end. I don't think there's much more I can do. So I'm going to grab an event, a stronghold event, and see what happens to us. This should be pretty sweet. Let's find it here. It says Tavidia Olwari, East Empire Company Guard Captain. The East Empire Trading Company is looking for competent guards. You look strong enough. Do you have what it takes? I'm going to grab a resource. I'm going to take back a soul shard. Why not? That'll be kind of cool. Oop, not 3. I only get 1. And then I have to do a roll for one-handed or two-handed. That's pretty funny. If I'm successful, I get some experience and I also get 2 resources, but I'm going to gain another quest card, and I already have 2 quest cards. And that means if we do succeed at this, I will not be able to gain this quest. So I would just, I believe, put this back into the deck and have to, maybe I'll draw it again sometime. But I do get to do my admission test. I may be wrong, but I think I still do get to do the admission test here, but I'm just going to gain the rewards, but not the quest. So I'm going to roll for my one-handed, and I do have 4 for that because I have the extra skill, and I've got a bonkers amount of successes. So we're going to gain 2 experience and 2 more crafting material things. I'm going to grab 2 more of those soul shards. That's the deal. I'm just going to go up to 3, and I now have 5 experience points. That's the end of our turn. We don't have enough experience points to power up, so I'm going to grab this token back, and we're going to draw our next event card. Hopefully this event card will move our militia, so I can go over there and figure shit up. Let's see here. Contradict on the cult. Oh, that's right. The contract of the cultists. The black sacrament has been performed. A group of cultists must die. The Brotherhood demands it. This is in Folkwreath. So I might try to travel over there and take on this world quest. I do also have to drop 2 of those threat tokens onto something. I'm thinking I'm going to put them just onto, I'm going to put 1 on our main quest, and I'll put 1 on just one of our side quests here. I don't think it's really going to matter. So I'm going to put 1 onto, let's say, the Home in Need Part 3. This one, because I think we're going to try to accomplish that first before we go over to Folkwreath. We're not going to move. We're just going to end up in Folkwreath. And again, I might just spend another 5 to... I have to spend 10. I have to spend $10 in order to enchant my sword. I think we're going to be okay without enchanting our sword. That'll be just fine. We'll leave it just as it is. I think we're okay with that. I'm going to do our Home in Need Part 3. I'm going to have to clear 346. And we have found stronghold guards that, again, I don't think are going to do anything to me and are about to fall down like pancakes. Let's roll them up. I think it's going to be like fighting tissue paper. First, let's see if we sneak in and get them. Nope, we are the worst sneakers on the planet. I guess I need some Air Jordans to be more sneaky. Get it? Sneaky. Oh, sneakers. Okay, I'm going to roll our die and see what they do. They do not ambush us. They are going to use their fireball, which is going to be a swing. It's going to do 3 heavy damage. No big deal. I'm going to take 1 stamina because I have a total of, 2, 4, 6 heavy damage defense, so that's not going to do anything to me. I'm then going to hit them by spending 2 stamina points and use my ebony sword. My ebony sword, we're going to do just the normal attack here with my swing. That seems to be my best. Oh, wow, I missed. Oh, wait. I forgot about my companion. He gets to do something. Oh yeah, he gives me back 2 stamina. That's amazing. So I'm at full stamina. Now I have to spend the 2. So I've actually spent a total of 2 stamina total on this combat. But I missed, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to push it to try to get more. I can just, maybe I'll push 1. I'll push 1. And I can roll 1 more die. And if I can get that symbol, then we're in gold. Nope, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. We'll go to the second round, see what they do. They got their 2 swords here. They don't have that on their cards, so they don't do anything. My guy got 2 swords. That's awesome. He gives me back my stamina. I'm back at full stamina. I'm going to spend my 2 stamina points. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I'm down 1 stamina point right now. So now we're going to be down 3 stamina points. And I'm going to roll up my 4 dice for my swing and see how it goes. I got it this time, which means I'll do 3 damage. -2 is 1. So I've done 1 light damage, which is totally fine. And at this point, it's going to be their turn. Again, I could howl if I want to, battle cry, but I'm not going to. I'm totally fine with this. Ooh, wow, I knocked that around. They got their sword again. The sword does not help them at all. Let's see what I get. I got a sword again from him, too. I get 2 stamina back. because he's got that ability called Mead, which gives me back 2 stamina, just to show you what's going on. I'm going to use my 2 stamina points here to attack again with my swing. Let's see how that goes. I totally butchered his light armor. It is gone. It's his turn now. What you going to do now? And he's not going to do anything because I'm going to use a battle cry and take 1 damage. That's the deal. I'm going to take 1 damage, so I've got a ton of damage. And then I'm just going to roll up my companion, see how he does. He got a skull. Oh my gosh, I think that's really good. The skull is a heavy attack. It's going to do 1 damage for heavy. So it's still going to do 1 damage. And then I'm going to attack him with my light here. My swing, I got the swing right here. 1, 2, 3. These guys are dead. And again, I totally wrecked these guys. I have defeated them, so we're going to gain 4 experience points and 2 iron. And we are, like I thought, degrading Riften. And it says here, that should show them not to mess with us. Malekith shines on you this day, warrior. And I'm going to gain special item 11. We'll gain our 2 resource iron here, which we can make in about anything we want now. And I also get 4 experience points, so we have a total of 3, 6, 9. We're getting closer to our next level. And then if I wasn't strong enough already, I got this, Malekith's strength. It says, I can use 2-handed weapons as a single-handed weapon. Oh my gosh. Now, my only question is, does that count as being able to use this as a one-hander? I'm going to go with yes. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments below. But I believe I can now start using 2-handed weapons with 1 hand, being able to use my one-handed skill, and still be able to use my bonkers shield. And oh my gosh, my guy's going to be amazing. I'm going to get the best 2-handed weapon I possibly can. Let's go find a city and buy a weapon. But we'll have to do that on our next turn because we're done. I am going to pass this over. I could have potentially bought some weapons here, but they don't have any weapons available. The only thing you can buy in this particular town are these 2 types of items here. And from what I understand, these are more for sneaky, thiefy type classes, and these are more for magic user type classes, or agility type classes, I'm sorry. And the red ones are used based more for strength-based characters, which is what we've been making here. So that's the end. I'm going to move my token. I've moved my token already over to the other person, and we're going to continue our game. The good news is I have a new place for a quest. Bad news is I don't really have a place to get a quest. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over to Folkreath, and we are going to try to complete that world quest. I think that'll be pretty sweet because I get to put something new into the event deck. I think that'll be pretty awesome. So we've gone to Folkreath. I have to clear these 2 types of creatures. So I'm going to grab the top of both of those decks, which are probably not going to last too long, and they're probably going to disappear after I get done fighting them because they're probably all going to be zeros. Our first one is this guy right here. He's a level 0 bandit archer. He's going to get wrecked in the next week. And then our second one is a Demra churl. He's also going to get wrecked into next week. I don't see how either of these guys are going to withstand the might of me. I first get to try to perform a sneak. I did not succeed. I get to get ambushed. I'm going to take 2 light damage. Not a big deal. I'm going to take 1 stamina point because I have enough defense to soak up. If I have enough defense to soak up a hit from a semi, we're going to roll this to see how we do. I'm going to use my light attack. Let's see how it goes. I hit with my light attack. It's going to do 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. This guy's dead. And he's out of the game. He's never going to see him again. I'm going to gain 1 experience point, and I'm going to also get 3 gold from him. That's bonkers. All right, I'm up to a gabillion and a half gold now. I stopped counting. I don't even know what I'm at anymore. I've got so much gold, it's out of control. We're going to take the next guy. He's going to come flying in here. We're going to try to sneak into him. Let's see how that goes. Oh, I did not sneak. So he's going to roll his die. I forgot to roll for my follower last turn. Oh, he got the skull. I'm going to take 2 damage. Doesn't matter. I'm going to soak up 1,000,000. So he's not going to do any damage to me. I'm going to come at him with my sword. But first, I'm going to have he casted a fireball spell, which he forgot how to do. And we're going to roll this up. I got my swing. 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to use the little thing because I'm just this guy's super dead. He's going to hit me for 2. I'm going to take 1 more stamina hit. I'm going to roll these up. I got my swing. This guy's dead. I get 1 experience point and 1 of those soul shards. Now, again, you have to remember, these are level 0 creatures, and I'm guessing the more players you have, the more chance you have to get these guys out of the deck faster. I'm not sure, though. I've only ever played it this way, but those guys are out of the deck now. Don't have to worry about them. But we did complete our quest, so we're going to shuffle card number 145 into the top 4 cards of the event deck. And I'm sure that'll probably be a more difficult quest, I'm guessing, as this continues forward, and that's kind of how this works. I am also in Fulcreth, even though I've completed this world quest. I've also completed that. I'm going to remove that. So I could take advantage of things in Fulcreth. Sadly, the only thing you can buy in Fulcreth is going to be like agility type items, and I could buy some herbs at a cheaper price. But the other two items that I could buy are going to be soul shards and ore, and both of those are stone, I should say, one of the two, are 1 gold more. So they're both 6, so I'm not buying anything in this town. So we're going to go on to their next turn. We're going to pass this token back over to my character and draw our next event card and see what we have. Now remember, I shuffled that other card into the top 4 of this deck, so maybe we'll see what that is. This is unemployed soldiers. Back from the Great War, they find nothing to return to. When exploring any dungeons or mines, encounter 1 additional dude at the end of each dungeon. Oh, that's kind of cool. And I'm going to go up to, oh, look at that. Now we get to move the flag. Yes. Okay, we're moving this flag. And this is a, this is a active event, so I'm going to discard this active event and put this one down on the board ready to go. And I get to move this thing. Oh, that's awesome. So that will move from that place to the Reach, and now I can try to complete this quest. Let's see what it says I have to do. It says here that when there are tokens on this card as players and the Arctic Marcher token is in the Reach, draw 205 as a quest for all players. So I have to do that right now from how I understand it. All right, so we're going to draw card number 205. Now remember, it did tell me to discard card 205. So that means that you're going to draw the next card in line. So I'll be drawing card number 206 if there is one. And there is a 206. And it says the Wizards. All characters need to place a token on the, dungeon in Winterhold. So we're going to put that dungeon in Winterhold. I'm going to put our token right up there in Winterhold, and we have to get to that, I believe. That's going to be the plan. So we're going to go over to this. Now, of course, it says all players have to do this. So I believe that not until everybody's there are we able to continue this event, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to get rid of this card, and we're going to move into our movement. Well, I'm moving up towards, I'm just going to take a carriage. I've got so much money. Just sit right back and hear a tale. I'm going to go flying straight up there. It's going to cost me 2 gold. That's it. 2 gold to move to Winterhold. That's all it takes. One thing I forgot to do is place down 2 threat, so I do have to put that down, and I believe I would have to put that down before this card comes out, so we're just going to place that down on top of our other quests that we have right here. And now we're in Winterhold. Let's see what we can do there. I know I haven't shown this part of the board very often, but Winterhold is right here. Iron's expensive. I can buy some magic type items or even maybe some cloth armor of some kind, and I can maybe get some herbs or soul shards for a little bit cheaper. I do have a bonkers amount of money here, so what if I flipped over one of these for 4 and I buy another soul shard since I can buy them for $4 in Winterhold. So now I have 3, 4, 5, and I enchant my, I'm not going to enchant my sword because I'm hoping to get a superpower sword. Never mind, we're going to keep all our money. Because that's the deal. I could upgrade this armor if I want. Let's do that. That's going to cost me 3, 4. But remember, I've got this smithing skill that allows me to upgrade costs 1 fewer. And I have my smithing ability here, so I get to draw 2 cards for my upgrade and see what I get. I get myself either a +2 to my light defense, or I get +1 to magic defense. Oh my gosh, we're totally going to take +1 to magic defense. That's going to be amazing. I'll take that. I think that's how that works. I believe that's how it works. I get +1 to magic. Now I think I might be doing this wrong for this. I think I only get the defense, the hit here, the +1 to this. I don't think I get +2 to that, but that's okay. I don't think anything's ever really gotten close to actually killing me. Not the end of the world. I believe I could be doing this wrong. Man, the rulebook isn't the greatest. It does a really good job, but I believe this is how this works. It would be +2 to that skill, not +2 to light like I was showing you earlier. I think it's just like that. It'd be +2 to that one versus +1 to that one. Now, if I use it for defense, it's just going to be that. I'm going to get the extra for that from what I understand. That's my guess. Of course, I probably said it wrong earlier, and I may put a subtitle, or maybe not, and I'm telling you this now. And so well, let's put it this way. Our things are enchanted, and they're upgraded. That's pretty awesome. When facing, I forgot about my fire damage on anything I faced with that. I'm going to forget a lot of stuff. There's so much going on in this game sometimes that, but really this Nord guy is like a tank. There is nothing that's going to ever penetrate what his defense is here. I don't think he's ever going to die. I say that now, and then I'm going to flip over the next card we're going to take, and I'm going to get crushed. We'll see how this goes. Now, of course, that's the end of my turn in Winterhold. We were just able to do that. There's nothing to sell, nothing to do. We're going to, I could buy, no, I can't buy any combat equipment or any heavy equipment, which is what I really want to do. We're going to draw we're going to draw a card. Let's see what we found here. Reth, just Reth. Reth trains horses. They're better than people. Can you show a horse? I'm Reth. I get to gain an item, and with smithing, that's going to be really good. I'm going to gain, I guess I'll gain let's see, I haven't really used any herbs. I'll grab an herb, though. I got 3. What the heck? I'll grab an herb. There we go. I got 3 herbs now. I don't know why I grabbed that one just to take these 2 away. And I'm going to try my smithing roll here. So I only need 2, but it's a little bit tougher of a 2. And I get to roll 4 dice here. And if I don't fail this, or if I don't get this, it's not the end of the world. We got 1. I could push to maybe get that one. And I've got the iron to do it, but I really don't know if I really need this quest. Something tells me this is going to go for, I'm going to be getting a horse from this. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and fail this quest. That's totally fine. It doesn't have any repercussions whatsoever. Success, I get these things, but I do still think I get the quest. Even though I failed, I still get this quest from how I understand it. I don't really want it, and I don't know if it is possible to not accept quests. If it is, please let me know in the comments below. But we're going to go on the fact that I can't, and I do have a spot for a personal quest, so we're just going to go ahead and grab Mr. Little Stallion. Reth is relentless. The Jarl stole my horse. Little Nightwind, small framed, runs like a snow fox. He is in the Jarl's stables. Please retrieve him for me. So I have to go to Winterrun. Well, I think that's almost where I am. Except maybe if I read the word right, it might be better. How about Whiterun? We'll place our token in Whiterun, and I believe that's going to end my turn because, like I said, there's not much more I can do in Winterhold. I'd really like to buy some more equipment. All right, we're going to pass our token over to the other player. We're not going to be drawing an event for that, and I'm just going to move 1 space over and complete our quest over here. So we have this right here. It says, you arrived at the meeting late. You open the hidden door behind the rock and make your way through the tunnels. At the end, you find a large chamber. There you find bodies of Irtar, the Haggler, Carlian, the Hunter, Maresh, the Mountain, and a dozen other blades. Betrayal. A dying Marash whispers, it was Idwil all along. I found her hideout. Make her pay for what she's done. So I have to flip this card. That says here, your goal is now Eldwil. The summoner needs to die, and the Kajat Morviar Karnia needs to be stopped. If they know of the blades in Skyrim, everyone's life is in danger. Are you ready for the final battle? Each player gains 5, oh my gosh, 5 of these shards? That's amazing. I have to remove S33 and 358, and Chapter 2 is complete. Place all cards and surplus tokens in a different save box for each player. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. So let's go ahead and take care of all that. So first we get 5 soul shards, so I'm going to put 6 here and remove that one. And there we go. We've got a total of 9 soul shards. We had almost none. Now we got an absolute bonkers amount of them as usual. Okay, let's see how we're doing here. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, if I would have passed that quest, I would have leveled up. Wow, that's kind of funny. I wish I would have actually worked a little bit harder on getting that first part of the quest done. Oh, well, that's okay. I don't know how anybody's ever going to defeat us. We've got armor up the wazoo. We've got a great weapon that we can even make even more powerful by grabbing a 2-handed weapon. Now that we have this, that's out of control. And I am going to, that's it. We are going to remove these 2 cards from the game, and we're going to go into, and Chapter 2 is complete, so we're moving into Chapter 3. Wow, this is absolutely amazing. So this is, I have to admit, really, I didn't know what to expect when it came to Skyrim, but this game feels just like Skyrim. You have your main quest that you're doing, but even the other side quests in the game you never know exactly how powerful those side quests are going to be. And sometimes in the game, you might walk into something and it might be a super easy quest, or else you walk in the game and it's a little bit tougher. But I mean, I don't know about you, but I think somehow I have made my character way too powerful. He is out of control. He's got way too much going on here. He's super powerful. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these things. He is really good. And it was odd because I couldn't actually complete the quest until that thing made it all the way to the other side. And I understand why they're doing that, because it helps get rid of the Chapter 1, Level 1 cards that give you quests and stuff. Those are going to be milled out of the event deck. But it really seemed odd because I think I'm way overpowered for where I'm supposed to be right now. And again, that could be very much like Skyrim. You might get to a point where you're just like, wow, I'm just way too powerful for these. I mean, I could just stand there and keep on jumping and jumping and jumping and increase my athletic skill over and over and over again. Or just keep on swimming and increase my, my swim speed. Just like you could in the video game. So there you go. This is Skyrim. That was Mission 2 in the first chapter. We have Chapter 3 coming up soon. If you're interested in seeing that, please let me know in the comments below. I've been having a blast playing this, but I can also move on to other games as well. So there you have it. This is Skyrim, the adventure board game. We are our Nord here. He is absolutely amazing. This guy is super powerful. Super good. Oh my gosh. I hope you enjoyed the playthrough. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell symbol so you know when more comes out. Also, please feel free to leave anything in the comments below. I would love to hear from everyone. If you're interested in supporting the channel, the link to my Patreon is also found in the description of this video. Those people that join the Patreon are shown here on the screen. Thank you so much for all your support. It means the world to me. I want to let you know that if you do join the Patreon, some of the perks that you get is, first off, you get to choose who we use in some of our board games. For example, the community in my Patreon chose this particular character to fight with, and so therefore we got to paint him up in my live painting stream that I try to do at least once a week. And the Patreon supporters are sometimes able to help me decide what we paint in those upcoming episodes as well. On top of that, they do get to help me decide what some of the games that come out on my channel are. And my Patreon will always be able to see the playthroughs one day before they come out on the actual channel without any commercials on them. It's what we like to call commercial free. So there you have it. This was Skyrim. Again, thank you so much for watching. And if you're excited to see what comes next, then I need you to meet me at the table.